Gideon Miner this morning. Now, Prof has joined us for this morning, and as always, he has started my Monday on a high. And there is something that he has said, and I do not want us to lose it. That this week, as it's starting, the worst you can do is kusumbua, and
Yes.
the best that you can also do ni win.
Yes. Yes.
That is the spirit that you're supposed to have this particular week. And this seventh day of October. Prof, the year is coming quickly to an end. We are in the last quarter.
Yeah, by the way, if there's those people who made New Year resolution, they should now be telling us how far they have reached.
How far?
Yes.
Prof, how was your weekend? And we missed you last Monday. What were you up to?
Oh, last Monday I was launching my presidential advisory team. Remember, we have gone 4 steps now. We first launched the political party, Akim Alliance. Happy to hear that Science TV was part of it. The second thing we did was to launch economic ideology called Evolve, and people love it because Kenya must evolve and Africa must evolve. And then the third one was like the introductory video, who is Fred Ogola? People really want to know who is Fred Ogola, what is he up to, what can he do for the country. That one we did. And the 4th milestone was done last Monday when we launched the presidential advisory team. I'm very happy that I had people from religious organizations, social workers, NGOs, economists, governance experts, some people from the corporate, and there is something beautiful happening, Alan. It came to me sincerely that nowadays when you engage business people and tell them that you are doing politics, they get interested before they used not to. Do you know why they did so? There's something William Ruto did that I can say is among the best thing he ever did. He touched the pay slip of the middle class. The middle class used not to bother about voting. And because the middle class pay slip has been touched, they believe that the election matter to them because it touches their wallet. So you could see people in the corporate telling me, Professor, if you can lower the taxes for us, if you can make our kids go to school, it can work. And let me just end by saying, what was our key message, Alan? And I think Kenyans listening to me, maybe you don't trust me, but at least I know the problem. And secondly, at least you cannot fault me that I know the solution. So your trust is up to you. There are people that have trust issues. They say when someone once bitten, twice shy, isn't it? And William Ruto sold his ideas and he didn't deliver, so people lost it. But let me focus on the point.
Yeah.
Alan, when you finish university, what did you desire to get?
Simple. Get a job. Get a good paying job, because I was told by my parent, ukishamaliza university, utaanza kupata pesa.
Now you are a parent. What do you desire for your children?
Good education.
No, but after the education.
Also, after the education, of course, get into a good paying job or continue running businesses, something like that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
When you become when you look at your grandfather, when your father introduced you to your grandfather, he says that my son has a job at, isn't it? And Alan, when you go to a family, when the family is introducing themselves, have you ever seen what is the common theme? My son is working at, this my daughter is working at, this my son is an engineer, this one is a doctor, that one is a teacher, this one is, you understand?
Yeah. So
Alan, let me tell you what, the greatest thing a president can ever deliver to its people is a job. So Evolve is from joblessness to a working nation.
Yeah.
Kibaki said a working nation. A working nation didn't mean people walking from Kawangware, like people walk here from Githurai to town. A working nation is a decent job for Kenyans.
Yeah.
So economic model we revealed yesterday called Team Evolve, we have said the single most important thing we can do is to give Kenyans a job. And we don't want to talk about manifestos here.
Yeah.
We don't want to narrate you, you see, we will use a blue economy. All these things, these are just hogwash. Let's focus on one thing, deliver a job.
Yeah.
So the economic ideology for Evolve, which was revealed last Monday, was that we will work on how to deliver a job in Kenya. And fortunately, Evolve as an economic model has it. And we have a strategy on how we can give minimum 100,000 jobs per county. 100,000 jobs per county, everybody earning 30,000 shillings per month. In PAYE, if you do the taxes, you can generate 1.8 billion shillings in taxes per month. By 1 year, it's around 21 billion per county.
Yeah.
How much do you need? If counties receive around between 7 to 10 billion per year, if a country can generate PAYE of 21 billion, how will healthcare be bought? Healthcare will be free. Why do we have to bother about education? Education will be free.
Yeah.
In fact, Alan, let me tell you one thing. If people can earn 30,000 shillings a month, while education is free and healthcare is free, what are they doing with their money? Only eating, isn't it? But you see here, you are overtaxed, but you still pay for education,
And you
still
still
pay for your healthcare,
Yeah.
and infrastructure is terrible. So our main idea was that to make Kenya work, not Kenya work like the Sakaja said Nairobi should work. To make Kenya work means Kenyans must be at work. Kenyans must have a job, a decent job. We don't mean this job in UAE, Kazi Maju. Alan, when we were launching that thing, there's a woman who spoke until I shedded tears. She told me that her son has just called her, that her son has died in UAE. None of the family members have a passport
To go pick
pick their kids. They don't even know how it takes to do that.
And they never looked at an airport.
And they have never gone to the airport. They don't even know where the office of the foreign affairs is. They don't know where to start, Alan. Alan, I've been arrested severally with this government, and I was in a cell, but I was visited. Can you imagine, Alan, going to do a job where when you go, it's like you are dead. Your family members will only wait and hear that you are dead. Or they have no way to contact you. And at the same time, none of your family members have a passport to go. You are the first person in the family to own a passport to go work in UAE. Let me tell you what, Alan, that is what is taking me to go to do my diaspora tour. Because diaspora tour, I'm going to ask these guys in diaspora, do you want to have a country where Kenyans must leave their country to go and work abroad? Or you want us to build a country where we will stay and bring people to work for us like slaves? You know, UAE, if you go to Dubai, the stupid jobs are not done by the citizens there. It is us who go do the stupid job, cleaning the airport, cleaning the toilet, working in what and what. But for them, they live large because they have oil. Why don't we live over the wealth of our country and even employ people from Somalia? Why don't we employ people from Jubaland instead of them disturbing our border? In fact, if I was President William Ruto, those people disturbing us, we should arrest them and make them work for us in Kenya as slaves. You get me? Instead of us claiming, you know, you are destroying our border. Where? So, Alan, we can actually transform this country to be a first world country, and Team Evolve is basically tasked with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Prof, I agree with you on evolving the economy, but the slave would be sort of taking us back to painful days that we might not want to go back to. Your
citizens are slaves in many countries, Alan.
But you see,
when I mean slaves,
Prof, if our citizens, I agree, if our citizens are slaves in other countries, then unfortunately it is because of the not so good or the bad leadership that we have in our country.
But the slavery is not illegal slavery. We are talking about economic slaves, Alan.
Probably the terminology is what we
yes,
not,
it's economic slaves whereby only because of money someone will treat you the way they want.
Yeah.
My sister has worked in UAE, and I'm not speaking out of the blues, isn't it? She's come back now. She's trying to make ends meet, isn't it? But she's lived in Dubai, in those Arab countries for more than 6 years. Alan, you can't call her the time you want. They are told when they can pick a phone call. They are told when they cannot pick a phone call. At the same time, their holiday is determined by the boss. In Kenya here, you can ask for a holiday, you can take a day off and the rest.
You can take a leave.
It is economic slavery, Alan. Alan, no matter how much money you earn, there is nothing you can compensate with being with your people.
Yeah.
I lived in Europe for 6 years. Most of the time we're just Skyping with Kenyans because you feel like you are at home. No, you live in Europe, but actually you are here. If you look at your Facebook, those who are in Europe, ask them, are they having Europeans in their Facebook profile or they're having Africans? If you ask them, 80% of people they talk to, they are not Americans or British, they are talking to Kenyans.
Yeah.
Why do you think diaspora was more involved in the Gen Z revolution? Because they actually in Europe, but they live here.
Back home.
Do you know how popular Voice America was? Americans do a lot of media station targeting Africans living there, even British and even the Europeans. Do you know how much people listen to Ramogi TV from abroad? And even Science TV. Have you checked statistics?
Yeah.
You check statistics, you may find that even the people listening to us are people who want to understand what's happening in Kenya. So I can tell you very well that people really want to follow what's happening in Kenya, and they're very concerned about it. They would rather work here and live here, holiday here, retire here, than to be on the other side of town. Then remember, there's something here we talk about diaspora remittance. You know, as an economist for European Central Bank, we saw what happened in the welfare state. They saw so many blacks had gone to work abroad. So what they did was that they increased the rate for diaspora remittance. So when you're sending money, the amount of money you pay to remain in diaspora is so much. So do you know, Alan, that for every dollar that comes from the US, maybe $35 remain there, taken by the government from a Kenyan trying to help Kenya. And you know, people just say diaspora remittance is growing. Ruto is talking about, does not know the cost of that money. Alan, I can tell you something now because you provoked me. When I was living in Spain, I used to get a stipend of 1,200 euros.
That is euros, yeah.
Euros now. Now, when I wanted to come home, there are two ways to bring money home. One, wire through either the bank, isn't it? Or you can wire them through these other thing like RIA, those money remittance policies.
Systems, yeah.
The amount of money that will be taken back from you, then the bank will chew all in terms of exchange rate. You actually feel that you are working for those people. You're not working for your family, you're not working for yourself. So what I did was, I went to one of the black markets in Spain and bought what is called the Nigerian belt. You know what a Nigerian belt is? It's a belt that you can arrange all the notes on your waist. Then now you sit in your coat and you're being asked, do you have any money? Say, no, I don't have any money. And then fortunately, I entered the Ethiopian airline. You know, don't enter these other Western airline, enter like an African airline. So I took Ethiopian airline, I passed through Addis Ababa.
Yeah.
When I landed in Nairobi, on my belt, I was carrying 22,000 euros. When I reached the streets of Nairobi, I was afraid of going to the bank directly with my dollars because they're going to eat me up.
Yeah.
So I had to go to a Forex. So I'm walking, I carried them in some polythene paper that looks to come to Mwendazimu. You look like when you're Mwendazimu and you put on some shorts and sandals and t-shirts, so you don't look so important so that no one can target you. I went and exchanged the money and I put them in a carton. Then I went to the bank and put them in CoopBank. Then I breathed. Look at the risk I'm taking. I flew all the way from Barcelona to Addis Ababa carrying notes on me just because of that. So what I'm trying to tell you, Alan, $1 at home or a Kenya shilling at home is more valuable than $1 outside there. And I can tell you, all Kenyans may want to be here. Those who talk about tribalism being a problem, tribalism is nothing, Alan, compared to racism. When I was in Europe, imagine I'm a student in Europe, I have 5 years contract, earning 1,200 euros per month.
Yes.
Some Europeans there earn around 800 euros, and I cannot get a house because immediately I see a house being advertised online, then I call them, they allow me to come. When they see my skin, they say, "Iyo nyumba imechukuliwa." So then after 2 minutes, then I see them back again advertising it. Again, when I call, they say, "Nikienda sema iyo nyumba imechukuliwa." So until I got another white man who put on a tie and told me, when you want to get a house here, you must put on a tie, you must look decent, and you must have a white man next to you, is when I got a house. So you are talking about tribalism. Have you ever seen any Kenyan going to look for a house, first of all counting how many Kikuyus all who live there before they apply? No. It does not matter. We are not tribal here. Racism is a serious issue, where someone sees your skin and they make a decision based on it. You walk on the street, you tell somebody, can you show me where the supermarket, they look at you and they say, maybe you want to borrow them, or maybe you want to beg them. You get me?
Yeah.
So I can tell you, my brother, that your skin is a problem out there. I came out with the software when I was living in Europe. On which state in the US can you be happy depending on the dynamics? For example, if you want to be happy in the US, go to the states which are more of those ones like Chicago. The Texas side, there is more racism. You hear how Trump talks, isn't it? That is now the people coming from the side of Texas. How George W. Bush talks about Africans, isn't it? If you come to this side where Obama grew up, like a state like Alabama, those states are much better. Georgia, those are very more friendly states. Boston is more elite, so people don't care about your tribe. They just care about what you believe, don't care about your skin. You go to states like Washington, D.C. is very cosmopolitan. So there are some states in the U.S. that you can't take it. You get me? Minnesota is very good. Actually, there are so many Kisses and even people like Kikuyus living there and Luos, you understand?
Yeah.
But there are some states where blacks are not seen to be human beings. So let's be honest, if you look at even how the voting pattern happens, the red and the blue, the blue states tend to be more pro-African. The red states tends to be more red, red to the Africans. So these are things we know, Alan.
Yeah.
And even if we pretend that we should not make it impossible, we can also make some people become economic slaves. Remember, slavery grew the American economy. I'm not saying we want to keep people in a cell. What we mean is that we want them to come here in our terms. Our visa to Kenya should become more valuable. Not our visa is free and somebody lands from anywhere and picks it from the airport. Well, for us, you have to queue for a visa for 3 months.
And you have to pay for it for a huge sum of money.
Yeah, so Alan, I'm just honest.
Yeah.
I'm a Kenyan who love my country. So if my love for my country is against you, that's up to you.
No. Prof, I don't think that is the right terminology. But where I was coming from is the underlining word slave. But now, when you put it into context, it creates more. I don't want to use the word sense, but it becomes palatable.
Oh yeah. Thank you for that.
It becomes more palatable because you've said we are also being watched in their diaspora. We do not want to make them feel bad for the things that they are doing back there. I want us to quickly look at the dailies, and the dailies are sort of talking about the same story about Raila Odinga's health wars. Now we start with the Standard. A vicious rumor of war exploded yesterday as ODM and Wiper traded barbs over claims that Raila Odinga is gravely ill. ODM accused a section of the opposition, singling out Rigathi Gachagua, Kalonzo Musyoka, and Eugene Wamalwa, of peddling malicious disinformation after social media posts said the 80-year-old was hospitalized. Now, Raila's camp says he left the country for a brief medical holiday, and Ida Odinga called the rumors baseless. Wiper hit back, calling ODM's outrage political theater and denying any ill intent in the end. Now, these speculations persist, and the nation waits, still unsure what to believe. Also, the Daily Nation has a similar story in their paper this morning. Prof, what do you make out of this? Abate Raila Odinga being sick, but then why do we politicize it? And is Raila Odinga really sick?
Yeah, first of all, I know that we, on health matters, Alan, even constitutionally, the only person to believe, I don't know why nation is saying we don't know whom to believe. Normally, you should believe the family.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, this is about a time when what the family says is more important.
Stands.
Yeah. Do you know that even when, let me give you an example, a case when you want to declare that the president is mentally ill, the constitution is very clear that what the family believes is more important than whatever you think, isn't it? So the family must be in the committee to declare that the president is mentally incapable to run the country. Remember, that's one of the bases for impeachment.
Yeah.
So it just tells you that normally, I don't know why Kenyans are speculating too much. I think that is a time to pray for the family and let the family be more consoled than now making it become political. So I think that this is more of a media issue. But I can say clearly that also there's these things whereby the ODM people might be trying to play victim, isn't it?
Yeah.
With Raila's case, but it's unfortunate that you can make Raila's health political, because one thing is that Raila Odinga is that person who is very important to this country. You can say what you want.
Yeah.
How Raila behaves in 2027 will determine this election. And that's why you see it's becoming more political. But it has nothing to do with his health.
Yeah.
Everyone is struggling with something. Even me sitting here, I don't know what I'm struggling with.
Yeah.
And you there, you're struggling with something. Why should that be an issue?
Yeah.
If Raila's case has been declared by the family to be stable, that's the only thing to believe. If Ida Odinga, who is the wife to the
Raila
former
Odinga,
president,
the former vice president, prime minister,
yes, has said that his life is okay,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Why should you be worried? Have you been asked to contribute any medical bill to the family? He has told us, don't even pray for him, he's okay, isn't it? So we just pray that the medical holiday that he's going to gets up enjoyable and it comes back.
Yeah.
In fact, we wish Raila Odinga good health. Let me tell you what, Raila Odinga is an institution. At the same time, Raila Odinga is a library. You know, in Africa we said that when old people die, the libraries are on fire, because people keep a lot in their memories. That's why every time Raila goes to the media, you hear him saying that, do you remember in 1954? Remember 1939?
Yeah.
Because who has those memories? Were you there? So if Raila Odinga is not there anymore, will you hear about 1954?
We will not.
We will not. And that is a library. So let the library stay alive and kicking.
Yeah.
So that's the people's library. Let the people's library continue staying.
Yeah.
Because he has got that institutional memory. I know people have a problem with Raila Odinga of having worked with William Ruto. Kalonzo Musyoka, I think that is the issues he might be having.
Yeah.
But even me, I have a problem with that. When Raila Odinga's health is in trouble, all of us must support him, isn't it? And pray for him and wishes that he stays long. In fact, I want that when I become president, I want to see Raila see how his son can run this country or govern this country. I also want to invite him one day for a ceremony to launch real development projects in Luo Nyanza, where we both come from. I want him to see what we can do to Coast Province. I want him to see what we can do to corruption. He has been talking about it without actually doing much about it. You know, the Bible says that even if you hate somebody, you should pray that God keeps them longer so that they can watch God bless you. So even if Kalonzo has an issue with him, Kalonzo should wait. But let me tell you what, I'm in the United Opposition. I know what's going on. We meet. I know Kalonzo Musyoka.
Yeah.
I know Rigathi Gachagua. I don't think they'll be celebrating Raila Odinga's death. I can tell you. Remember when Raila was in AU, Rigathi Gachagua invited Raila to come to opposition. So how are people saying he's wishing him dead? And let me tell you, Alan, how much are your wishes able to make someone die? That is God's work. So it's an exercise in futility.
In this country of ours, you never know.
No, but no. Let me tell you, Alan. The day I'll believe that a human being can wish me dead and I die, I will not go to church. Do you know, yesterday I was in church from 10 to 6. So I'm worshiping someone who can help me. On Saturday, I came from Naivasha and I went to Holy Family. And I was in church from 5:30 to 7. In fact, Arsenal was playing. Can you believe that? Arsenal was playing. And it clashed with my mass hours. And you know I love Arsenal. And I went for mass. So if human being is more important, why was I leaving Arsenal match to go to church? Because they know my wife called me and told me, Fred, on Sunday, because you are going to spend time in a Pentecostal church, we are Catholics, you have to come, we have mass in the evening. So I was speeding from Naivasha, arrived in town, I found them in town. We couldn't pick the kids at home. We have to send someone pick the kids, bring them to town. We went to mass together, and Arsenal was playing. So when the time I was going to watch Arsenal, I was just watching what? Highlights. In fact, I don't know how the 2 goals were scored until now.
Yeah.
So Alan, let us believe that God is in charge. All the wishes you have for somebody or against somebody, in fact, God cannot take bad wishes against somebody. I think maybe good wishes can happen. If they wish Raila Odinga good health, he will have it.
Yeah.
But if they wish him bad health, he won't. God is in charge.
Yeah.
Remember, Raila Odinga also have family that is praying for them.
That is absolutely.
So how comes you're thinking only your prayers can be answered, but not their prayers cannot be answered?
How come you're thinking it's only your prayers that can be answered?
Yes.
And other people's prayers
Especially
cannot be
if you are
answered?
negative.
Yeah. That is the story in the dailies this morning. I want us to take a quick break, and when
But you see, Alan, let's connect this story a little bit to what happened in this place in Haiti.
yeah,
You know, there's a procedure on how health and death issues are released to the public. There's a procedure.
yeah,
You saw there's a family that heard about the death of their family through social media, through the president commenting.
Yeah.
So let us obey protocol. You know, there's nothing that you can do better than just respect people's privacy.
Absolutely.
And I think that they should respect Raila Odinga's privacy. I've seen some people recklessly posting some pictures on social media showing Lee Funeral Home. That is uncalled for.
Yeah.
Did you see some of those pictures?
Yeah, I've
it's
seen some of-
uncalled for.
Yeah.
In fact, I want to tell some of the young men, I love you Gen Zs, but sometimes we cross the line. We are too much aggressive to do content. I know they are commercialized content,
Yeah.
but also, you know, what's the difference between you and William Ruto if you can commercialize somebody's pain? I mean, I know that Gen Z support me, but I also at the same time,
Yeah.
as one of their brothers, it's good to tell them, no,
Yeah.
you cross the line.
You're wrong in this.
Yeah,
in this,
you
in
cannot
this
start
area.
showing Lee Funeral Home
Yeah.
about a certain family. What is your family? What if that is your family members? That's your father, your mother, or grandfather.
Yeah.
Let's respect him. We know we don't like what he did by crossing over to William Ruto, but not that we don't like him. We don't like what he did. So it's only what he did we don't like.
Yeah.
But even me, I don't like what he did.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be happy to see him do what he's doing. But still wish him well. Yeah, that is between him and God.
I think that is a clear line that everybody has to take, and I think that is something that we lack as we are losing it. That you cannot put a line between not liking somebody and not liking what they are doing, because those are two different things.
Yeah. Remember, even last time, people were, there was a competition before Nelson Mandela died. Who will be the first one to say he has died?
Yeah.
Until some people say before he has died, so that it's an offside. Can you imagine? I don't know what people get from this.
Yeah.
It is CNN was the first one to release who died. CNN, Sky News, BBC were competing. Who will be the first person to predict the exact hour when Nelson Mandela dies? So what?
Not important at all.
Not important.
We come back from the break, and quickly, Prof, I want us to talk about vijana wamekataa kuchukua kura. It's only 4,700 so far, the number of young Kenyans who have registered as voters, with billions being spent into this country. And I hope, Prof, you're going to be able to hard hit on some of these matters, because I feel we really do not know what we are agitating for as the young population in our country. We're going to have that conversation when we come back from the break. Keep it silent.